We are live.
Gandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Eto na naman tayo sa Usapang PSME number 6. So, Philippine Society for Music Education. Ako po si Ma'am Dali Texan Andres, ang president ng PSME. Kasama din po natin ang lahat ng officers ng PSME, ang ating pong Vice President si Sir Joey Ayala and si Miss Ella Corpus, ang ating Secretary si Miss Biel, ang ating Treasurer si Ma'am Pat, ang ating auditor si Dr. Joy, ang ating membership officer si Miss Ash, ang ating kawayan officer sa ating Himig Kawayan ay si Ma'am Lorna. And we will be joined also by our guests and our officers maya-maya po ng konti. So ngayon po ay marami tayong bisita. Ang ating pag-uusapan ay tungkol sa buhay nating mga guro ng musika. So ang title po namin ay Music Teachers Stories, Challenge Possibilities and Challenges. Challenges and Possibilities. Ano na po ba ang nangyayari sa ating buhay? At lockdown na naman tayo, pero buksan nyo na ang inyong mga PSME YouTube channel at makinig kayo para malaman natin ang tunay na kwento ng buhay ng ating mga guro. So, announcement. Unang announcement ay abangan natin ang next project would be sa September 21 to 23, Singing in Mother Tongues. Ito po ay online workshop, pero iba pong format. So, abangan nyo na lang po yan. And may announcement pa si Miss Ash. Please join us, Miss Ash.
Hello po. So, for the new members who received emails regarding their IDs, we are just waiting for the finished printed cards and you'll be updated once it's ready for delivery po. At kung gusto niyo naman po maging member ng PSME, bisitahin lang po ang Facebook page ng PSME at mag-fill out ng Google form na nakapin po sa page. Yun lang po. Salamat.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ash. Ngayong gabi, ang unang bisita natin ay isang preschool teacher sa OB Montessori. And then, pero may darating pa po, medyo nagkakahirapan lang tayo sa connection, nagpapalit ng gadget. Pero andito na siya, kaya umpisahan natin magkwentuhan, di ba? Andito si Miss Patricia Buenaventura. Say hi, teacher.
Hello po! Good evening, everybody! So, ako po si Patricia Buenaventura. You can also call me Picha. Okay. So, I am a preschool and primary music teacher from OB Montessori. And then, I teach for already 6 years. And then, so, this pandemic po, medyo hirap po, no? Kasi bata po yung hawak ko. Especially with music. Siyempre po, pag bata, kailangan makuha mo yung attention nila, right there and then, from the beginning up to the end of your lesson. So, yun po talaga yung number one struggle ngayong pandemic.
Attention. Ma'am, gano'ng katagal ba yung meeting ng synchronous session ng preschool? Ilang minutes?
Usually po, if advisor po ngayon, sa amin po, 1.5 hours. Pero since considered po ako as special subject, dahil music lang po yung tinuturo ko, for preschool po, I only meet them once a week for only 15 minutes po.
15 minutes?
Yes, ma'am. Kasi po, syempre, sa bata, less screen time, ganyan. Pero sa grade 1 po, I also teach grade 1. I meet them once a week also, but in 1 hour po.
1 hour, okay.
Yes.
Puro kami teachers dito. Miss Ash, Miss Ella, anong gusto nyo ding ikwento sa inyong mga pagtuturo ngayong pandemic?
Sige, Miss Ash, want to start perhaps?
Hello po. Ako po si Miss Ash, elementary and high school teacher sa San Beda Rizal. And second year ko na po sa teaching or kakatapos ko lang po ng second year at going to my third year of teaching po. And katulad po ng sinabi ni Miss Patricia, medyo challenging na panatilihin yung attention ng mga bata. Pero ngayon pong online teaching, 30 minutes lang po ang music sa school po namin and once a week. So same din ng last year. Pero mas maikli po yung time ng music class. Yun po. So kayo naman po, Miss Ella.
Okay, so good afternoon. Good evening na pala. Good evening, everyone. So ako si Miss Ella. I teach, actually medyo malawak yung tinuturuan ko po because I teach primary, grade school, tapos nagtiteach din ako ng senior high school. But the senior high school is a special, naman po siya, subject. But in music per se, ang napapansin ko, yun nga, the challenge talaga is the attention span ng mga bata. Kasi parang kailangan talaga, unlike pag face-to-face, animated tayo. Pwede tayong, okay, let's clap, tita. Pero pag dito, kailangan, wow, good morning everyone! Talagang yung energy mo from period 1 hanggang dun sa dulo, nandun. Kasi kung hindi, titingnan ka lang din po talaga nila. They wouldn't bother to. If you're not gonna stand up or you're gonna tell them, okay, stand up children, tas ikaw, hindi ka naman naka-stand up, sila din parang, ay, si teacher naman, hindi mo naka-stand up. So, hindi namin siya gagawin. So, it's really a challenge. I've been teaching for 13 years, but online came in, parang back to zero yung pagtuturo ko. Though we also have those kind of thing, pero yung pure online, mahirap po talaga yung, mahirap yung attention span nila. So, you as a teacher, effort po talaga. As in, sa pagpa-prepare ng activities, 'di ba? Parang ako, ngayon lang po ako naka-video ng sarili ko. Hindi, nahihiya po talaga ako mag-video, mga gano'n. Pero aminin nyo yan, ang dami kong video na nagawa na they have to check on it because if not, wala po talaga, hindi po talaga nila maintindihan yung content mismo. So challenging po siya. Pero at the end of the day, it's very rewarding as a teacher kasi you did your best to be the teacher suited for them, 'di ba? Tsaka isa pa pong challenge na medyo na experience ko po is hindi lang sila yung nandun sa camera. Though bawal kasing makita, hindi naman natin nakikita, but I guess the guardian is another concern. Kumbaga times 2 or times 3 lagi ang ang mga nanonood po, technically parang nanonood sa atin. So that's another po.
Okay. Miss Biel, you have something to share? May preschool is Miss Biel eh.
Okay. I really loved and I can relate to each one. I think definitely parang you're going through the hole of a needle when it comes to online learning kasi napakahirap to get the kids energized, to get them engaged. Kaya I really appreciate also hearing the stories and getting to relate to other teachers. Parang, oo nga, mahirap talaga. You have to factor in that the parents are there, the guardians are there. So we always have that in mind. And at the same time, I'm a preschool teacher and I teach Montessori also. My music is every day, 20 minutes every day for each age group. And masaya because I get to interact with the kids and their families. So it's not just the kids, you also help make sure that the kids are participating in the context of their homes. So if you're able to engage the kids and get them to do songs along with their moms or their dads, it's even more rewarding. So yun, I can really relate with each speaker.
Okay, thank you, Miss Viel. So in my practicum class, kasi sa college, I usually ask them to write journals. And one of the questions I always ask them to do is what are your memorable incidents or stories. And instead of sabihin ko na yung problematic, I would just say unforgettable and memorable. So memorable can be a funny thing. Can you share something about funny incidents, Miss Pat?
For me, ma'am, siguro po yung towards the end of the school year po, nitong May, yung students po, nagulat po ako since hindi po kasi ako nila nakikita everyday. So, nagulat na lang po ako nung meron silang love letters using their whiteboards. Nagulat po ako na they show their love for me, to their teachers as well, na mamimiss daw po nila ako, na nag-enjoy sila sa music, na madami daw po silang natutunan. So, as a teacher po, parang ano na siya, parang grateful ka na po na, wow, parang natututo pala sila, na-appreciate pala nila yung music kahit po malayo kami sa isa't isa. Tapos, with the help of their parents din po, syempre, parang nakikita ko din po na grateful din po sila sa nangyari sa buong school year. Yun po yung isa sa mga memorable na nangyari.
Okay, please join. Pat, Ash, or Ella?
Siguro po, pwede ko i-share yung funny moments tuwing music class po. So, during face-to-face po last year or before pandemic po, nag-start and end po kami sa hello and goodbye song. So, isa po yun sa madalas nilang inaabangan kasi yun nga po, once a week lang yung class or yung goodbye naman, alam na nilang tapos na yung class. So, isa pong funny moment, kinakanta pa rin po namin yung hello song kahit online class. And ayun lang po yung only time na pinapayagan ko silang mag-unmute lahat. So kahit nakakatawa po pakinggan na sobrang gulo kasi hindi naman po kayang magsabay-sabay sa online platform, pero nakakatuwa po na na-enjoy pa rin nila. So yun. Tapos minsan din po, pinapatry ko sila naman mag-lead instead na ako. So nakikita ako na na-appreciate din na challenging na mag-lead, nakakanta ng sabay-sabay na parang magulo. Pero ang sinasabi ko lagi, ang importante ay naririnig nila yung bawat isa at masaya silang before kami mag-start. Yun po.
Thank you, Miss Ash. So at this point, we would like to welcome our male teacher in the person of Sir Antonio Chumaso or Sir Tony. Siya po ay high school music teacher sa Manila Science High School. So, Sir Tony, nag-umpisa na kami. Sabi ko nga, kwentuhan ng mga karanasan, mga nakakatuwa, nakakaiyak. So ano naman meron sa Manila Science High School?
Yun, ma'am, medyo nahirapan ako pumasok. Pero nakahabol. Yun, ma'am, so, kikwento ko yung experiences ko sa Masay. Yun po ba yun?
Mamili ka lang ng isa o dalawa. Baka abutin tayo ng forever pag buo mo. Sir, just choose one funny or memorable, exciting for this online class.
Itong online setup, medyo a bit more challenging. Talagang mas challenging siya kaysa doon sa face-to-face. That is the reality of it. Pero yun na nga, at the same time, fulfilling din siya kasi mas marami tayong natututunan as teachers, as music teachers. Actually, medyo tamad ako sa mga bagong technologies ngayon kasi medyo old school tayo. Pero yun nga, ma'am, we don't have a choice but to cope up with new technologies. Yun, so maraming natutunan kasi yung mga bata po ay mas mabilis sa atin matuto. Sa rambling sound po ba, nakatuto kasi electric fan. Sandali lang po.
Okay, would you like to share something? Ayun!
Yan.
Ng
Meron pa po
technology.
bang rambling sound? Meron pa po bang rambling sound?
Wala na po, sir.
Wala na, ayun. Binaba ko na yung electric fan. Ayun, ma'am. So, yung mga bata kasi mas mabilis silang pumick up ng mga bagong technologies ngayon, di ba? So, lalo sa online. Pero, siyempre, dahil teachers tayo, hindi tayo magpapahuli sa kanila. So, Ang nangyari ngayon, kaya mas lalo kumikintab yung ulo ko kasi humahabol tayo sa kanila. Di ba? Kasi ma'am, yun yung sinabi ko sa inyo, challenging siya and fulfilling at the same time kasi may mga bata na lalo na Manila Science to, medyo matatalino sila. So wise sila, ma'am. So medyo tricky sila, mas tricky sila. So kailangan talaga mas wise din tayo sa kanila kasi nga tricky nga sila dahil matatalino sila. Minsan na pag hindi tayo maingat, nalulusutan tayo ng mga estudyante. Yan naman yung disadvantage nitong online setup kasi hindi natin sila nakikita eh. So as a teacher, mas challenge po yon sa atin ngayon. So minsan kasi akala mo yung sinubmit ng bata, gawa niya. Pero actually, galing lang din pala sa Google. So yun, kailangan we have to be very, very, anong tawag doon? I-scrutinize natin maigi yung mga sinasubmit nila. Kailangan pag may sinabit yung bata, nire-research ko yun, ma'am, kung talagang galing sa kanila. Kasi may nahuli talaga ako. Naggaling din talaga siya sa Google. Yun. So, ganun po yung example. And yung ano naman, yung fulfilling side naman, ma'am, is, ayun na nga, dahil hindi natin sila nakikita, ngayon, mas nakita mo yung mga estudyante na talagang mas may concern sa'yo. Yung mga estudyante na talagang gustong-gusto yung subject mo, yung gustong-gusto yung pagtuturo mo, okay, talagang they will reach out to you through personal messages na, Sir, I really appreciated the way you taught music subject. Parang talagang na-appreciate daw niya for the first time yung music as a subject and nakita daw niya yung importance ng music as a subject with the way I teach it. Yun. So siguro yun po yung may impart ko, ma'am. Mamaya uli.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sir Tony. So, ayun, mayroong pa ring kurot sa puso kahit hindi kayo nakikita. Yan ang tinatawag natin. So, those are the times that we really fall in love again and we really cherish our profession as teachers of music. Kailangan natin ng teachers yan. Kailangan natin ng, tawag ko dyan ay affirmation. Diba? Kung tayo sa Facebook, kailangan natin ng social affirmation. So as teachers, we also need affirmation from our students. Diba? Lahat tayo nangangailangan. It's a need to be needed. A need to be appreciated. So may katanungan si Ma'am Joy. Ma'am Joy, please tell us your question.
Yung sa una, meron po bang bawas sa number of students? Kasi di ba pag nagtuturo tayo sa klase, normally 40, 45, minsan 55 per class. Nabawasan po ba iyon ngayong remote learning or pareho pa din yung number of students ninyo dun sa 20-minute or 30-minute or an hour session? Yun yung unang tanong. Yung pangalawang tanong, paano nyo po, katina nabanggit ni Sir, yung mga requirements, minsan, syempre yung bata siguro pagod na rin sa dami nung isasubmit, so kumokopya na lang siya. How do we know if the students are really there with us while we're doing the class, lalo na kung ayaw nilang mag-share ng video? Baka naman din may isang window dyan na naglalaro pala sila ng games, no? So, well, choice naman nila yon, pero are there tools or usapang marangal na lang ba ang gagawin sa klase? Yun po, yung dalawang tanong.
Ms. Picha, go ahead.
Hi po. For question number 1, ma'am, yung isang class po, for example, sa preschool, we call them CASA, Advanced CASA, which is equivalent to kindergarten. So for that po, dinidivide po yung isang class into 2 batches. So for example, one class is 15 all in all. So more or less 7 to 8 po per batch. And then tsaka po kami schedule kung kaya po 15-15 lang po. So parang technically each class is 30 minutes. So parang ganun po. And then for question number 2 po, our school po, ini-require po namin sila na camera on. And since I teach preschool and grade 1 po, we have guardians beside them. So it's also required for them to be there to guide us, to guide their children as well po.
Salamat, salamat. What about yung high school, sir? Ano po ang naging experiences ninyo sa the number
Yun,
of students and the conduct of the class?
okay, Ma'am, sa Masay po, since most of them naman po ay may internet connectivity, whether postpaid or prepaid, actually wala po kaming module, hindi kami modular. So purely online, synchronous po talaga kami. So kaya lang, gaya nga nung tanong ninyo, yung attendees ba ay talagang naandoon? Ma'am, meron po talagang mga students, sabi ko nga kanina, matatalino ang mga bata ngayon, so they could play tricks with you. Kasi ma'am sa akin, since wala po akong strong connectivity, personally ako, sa bahay ang gamit ko lang din ay prepaid internet, so hindi ko sila nire-require mag-on ng cameras. So yun na nga, doon pumapasok yung challenges na sinasabi ko, katulad din kanina sinabi ko na doon mo malalaman kung sino talaga yung mga estudyante na willing talagang matuto. So parang trust na lang din po kasi wala nga tayong magagawa kung talagang ayaw nilang makinig sa klase mo. So pero that is a very little percentage. So, wala pa po talaga sa isang kamay. So konting-konti lang po. Ang estudyante ko ay nasa 30-something 30-something. So wala pa mabibilang mo sa isang kamay yung mga talagang na kunyari naka-online pero actually wala doon. Bilang na bilang lang po yon. So yun nga po yung challenge din sa atin as teachers kung paano magiging gagawing interesting yung topics mo. And most importantly, the way you deliver yung mga lessons. So dapat po talaga ma-hook mo yung mga bata kasi ang mga bata po ngayon ang iksi lang ng pasensya nila. Yung kanilang attention span is very short. So kailangan po yung isang oras na lesson namin, ginagawa ko po variety yung approach. Kaya challenging po sa akin as a teacher din dahil masaya nga po yan. So challenging sa akin kung paano ko gagawing at par yung music subject sa mga science, maths, English. Kailangan lumevel po ako dun sa galing din ng mga co-teachers ko. Teaching the major subjects, di po ba? Kaya yun po, gaya sabi ko kanina, communication with the parents din po is very important. So pagka medyo yung isang estudyante is alanganin yung grade kasi hindi nga siya nakakapag-submit dahil hindi nga siya personally nakatutok sa gadget niya. Kunyari naka-online siya pero actually wala siya dun sa harap ng gadget niya. At may paraan po ako kung paano ko yun nahuhuli. Okay? So, pag tinawag ko po siya, ang rule ko po sa klase, kapag tinawag ko kayo randomly at walang sumagot, that means you are not in front of your gadget. So, nire-record ko po yun, ma'am. So, mas makakatulong po yun na parang meron kayong tally board sa record niyo. Halimbawa, may rule kayo sa klase na I will not tell you when I am going to call you, but when I call your name and you did not respond, that means you are not in front of the gadget. So, ano na yon, naka-record na kaagad yon. So, pag medyo twice, 3 times na niyang ginagawa yon, so that's the time na kailangan ko siyang makita on cam. Yon, ganun po ang ginagawa ko, ma'am. Yun po. Sana po may naitulong ako.
Thank you, Sir Chewy. May tanong din si Ma'am Pat. Ma'am Pat, what's your question?
Hi, hello po. Actually, medyo nasagot po ni Sir Anthony, yung tungkol sa magulang. So siguro sa ibang levels na lang po. Kasi sa preschool, katulad ni Ma'am Patricia, sabi niya 15 minutes kasi kami sa practicum din. Actually, hindi kami makasingit sa mga iba. Siyempre, mas priority pa rin yung main teachers, tapos bawas yung period. So, sa magulang kami umaasa, partnership. So, yung mga students namin na nagpa-practicum, hindi, iba na yung framework parang si Miss Ella, back to zero, no? Lahat ng lesson plan frameworks na inaral namin, lahat ng flow, mag-iiba siya ngayon. So, how do you engage the parents in being an ally sa ating bagong sistema?
Ayun. Siguro the thing is in our school po kasi what we do is we have at the onset of the school year, we have a trial class first. In the trial class, dun siniset yung guidelines per subject. And then what are the role of the parents? Because that's very important. These kids, lalo na po yung maliliit, they can only do so much. So we make sure that we proactively communicate with the parents. And if ever, sometimes we need things that they will have to prepare. For example, sometimes kasi nag-integrate tayo with art and other subjects, what we do, we give them time to prepare. Lalo na po ngayon, pandemic. Hindi siya yung parang, kahit po sabihin natin na as simple as, kailangan nyo ng munggo para gumawa tayo ng recycled instrument, you cannot tell them, Mommy, kailangan natin ng munggo bukas, di ba? Parang ganon. Since we're once a week, parang we make sure that we inform the parents. Actually, as teacher nga, ngayon, parang kailangan talaga yung partnership natin with the parents is mas strong in terms of communicating them. Yun, katulad din po kay Sir Tony na we have to inform the parents. We have a midterm performance report. So in the midterm performance report, we inform the parents po if they're submitting something or they're not. And then right now po, mas matindi yung follow-up natin as teachers. Kasi halimbawa po, magpapa-deadline tayo dati sa face-to-face, we will let it go. Magpapasa din yan, technically. Pero ngayon, what we do when we have pag hindi po nakakapasa sa amin yung estudyante, that day, we have to email reminders na today is the submission. Tapos, pagkatapos nun, hindi pa rin sila magsasubmit. Ipo-follow up mo siya the next day. And then pag hindi pa rin, bibigyan mo na siya ng third deadline. So, parang, I think the pandemic taught us how to be a bit kind. Medyo mas kind tayo. At saka medyo mas, paano po ba yung tamang term? Compassionate tayo with the different situations of the people, of the kids and the people around them. Because sometimes hindi natin alam, katulad po sa amin, hindi natin alam yung magulang nila may COVID. Hindi naman po pwede siya i-disclose. So we have to understand also the situation of the kids. And yung paligid nila, yung paligid rin po nila. Kasi sometimes mahirap din po sa kanila, walang connectivity, ganon, or hindi po talaga sila naasikaso ng magulang kasi work from home rin. Di ba po? Parang that's a reality that syempre hindi rin naman po titigil yung mga magulang nila para magtrabaho. So yun po, constant communication po talaga. And for the other question po about number of students, ever since po kasi kami parang mga around 25 po kami. So parang ganun po, 25. Nung face-to-face, nagsa-30 po kami. Pero ngayon po, nilesen po yung number of students. However, dinamihan technically yung section. Parang nagkaroon po ng isa pang section. Kasi ang hirap po talaga pag sobrang dami ng estudyante. Una-una, kung naka-Zoom po ang platform nyo, hindi nyo po kita yung 25 or 30 plus lahat. Kailangan mag-page 2, diba? So, yun din po. Tapos, lagi po sa amin, naka-camera on po talaga, video on. And then, pag hindi po naka-video on or may problema po si learner, email po ulit kami sa parents. So, napakahalaga po napaka-importante po ng communication at ng email sa parents po talaga. Pagdating po sa mga ganong bagay. Iisipin natin simple lang, pero sa totoong buhay, parang sabihin nila, Hindi nyo kami in-inform eh. It will go back to us. Parang ganon. Hindi nyo kami in-inform, kailangan pala ng munggo. Parang ganon. So, di ba, tayo rin po yan eh. Tayo rin. So, mas ano po tayo, maging conscious. Parang yun po yung natutunan ko talaga sa pagtutulong ngayon. Maging conscious tayo talaga dun sa paligid ng mga estudyante natin. And then may nadi-discover din po tayo na, kaya pala siya ganyan nung face-to-face. Kasi ganito, yung ganun po, di ba? Parang, kaya pala ang gulo niya kasi ganito. Pero, yun po.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ella. So, ayan. So, hindi na lang classroom management, but a strong connection with the parents. Sa college naman, iba naman ang issue. Mas maraming mental health issue na we have to really be serious about it, di ba? Kasi tayo puro lahat ng mga assignment nandiyan na. So mga bata, ano ba uunahin ko? So anong Ma'am Lorna, anong experience sa college sa DMMSU?
So, good evening. So, sa college namin, ang number one problem kasi, di ba, if it's face-to-face, talagang tinuturuan natin sila how to play the instrument. The problem now is there's no instrument because we offer the instrument sa school. For example, dun sa ating kawayan. So, sa mga student ko, talagang piniprepare ko sila na to play the instrument. Ngayon sabi nila, ma'am, paano namin matututunan ng tipangklong? Paano namin matututunan yan, ma'am? Sabi nila. So ngayon, ang problema ko dun sa first year, second year, third year, magto-third year, hindi ko sila na-prepare para kasi, yun nga, sa instrument at yung preparation nila kasi we have a new yung program natin, ba yung Bachelor of Culture and Arts Education na talagang all performances yon. Ngayon maraming estudyante kaming nag-stop. Why? Especially in State University, medyo ang mga estudyante natin no, sa State University yung talagang hindi pwedeng makapunta sa mga private school na they could pay their tuition fees. So nag-stop sila kasi the parents doesn't have any job. So ang ngayon, ang mga estudyante ang nag-work. And right now, hindi lang sa sa program ko na Bachelor of Culture and Arts, in general sa amin maraming bata na nag-stop or ang mga grades nila kumbaga puro IP, parang incomplete. Kasi hindi nila na isasubmit yung mga requirements. Yung tama rin yung sinabi naman yung mental health. May mga batang gusto nila magpakamatay na eh, 'di ba? Parang na nila nakasuong sa kanila yung mundo sa problema. So, yun ang malaking problema natin at hindi lang 'yon. Wala silang pang-load. Actually, sa school, it's module kami. Pero hindi rin pwede na module lang. Kailangan we could see them, talagang turuan mo sila. Yun ang naging problema namin ngayon. And pero the school, the faculties are really doing something para matulungan sila. So hingi kami ng sa mga alumni. Yun ang ginagawa namin ngayon sa mga teachers na kahit na medyo kulang din. Pero talagang let's face it, parang matagal pa to. So talagang wala pang face-to-face hanggat hindi tayo vaccinated. So yun lang, ang hindi lang sa elementary, preschool, high school, lalo sa college, kasi nag-iisip na yan na malaki ang problema nila pag hindi sila nakapag-graduate at di nakapag-aral. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Lorna. So, we'd like to hear something from Ma'am Pat.
Opo. Okay, good evening po. Yung katulad nung kay Ma'am Lorna, no, yung mental health issues na po, and then family financial issues. Marami kaming students na nag-stop sila kasi nga kailangan ng tulong ng pamilya nila kahit na magaling silang estudyante before. Pero syempre, kailangan mo talaga mamili eh. Ngayon kasi we are at war, no? So yung gera natin, di natin nakikita yung kalaban. So pipili ka talaga ng side sa ngayon. Tapos, yung ibang students naman, mutuloy pa rin sila and we make them realize na they are blessed, they are fortunate to continue, kaya wag nilang sayangin yung opportunity. But at the same time din, sinasabi namin na if you need help, you can always tell us. Yun nga, may mga post na nagsasabi na yung mga teachers daw ngayon hindi lang puro nagiging guidance counselor na rin in a way. So, parang ganun na rin yung nagiging function namin minsan para lang din makapagtuloy sila sa studies and maging future music educator kasi kailangan din natin tingnan yung future at the same time sa pagtingin natin sa present. Yun.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Pat. Balik naman tayo. So we had classroom management, mental health issues, and we have one question from Ma'am Joy. No, not from Ma'am Joy, from our YouTube participant. Can you give us strategies daw, specific strategies na siguro yung hindi nyo nasubukan dati na, uy, pwede pala to. Yung mga ganun. Would like to start with our strategies, ating mga magic tools natin. Ano pa yan? Would like to share something? Picha?
Hi po. For our school, ma'am, nag-try po kami na mag-shoot ng video. For example, meron po kami, for preschool po kasi meron kaming tinatawag na rhythmical exercise where they will listen to a music and then they will do actions together. And then, for that po, since hindi naman po namin siya made-demonstrate ng katulad sa when we are inside the classroom, we tried to shoot videos, in-house videos to share it to the students. So, pag po mga medyo mahihirap yung lesson or yung mga actions po na kailangan nakatayo or anything, yun po yung pinipresent namin sa kanila. Pero pag naman po mga simple songs lang na kaya naman po actions lang while sitting down, yun, normal singing naman po. Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you. Any more to share? Kaya nga yung ating 21st century, di ba? Parang nakita niya na. So we are talking about re-skilling, retooling. So para sa ating lahat, hindi natin alam na mangyayari to pandemic, but it is already preparing us. The teachers should retool themselves, reskill themselves, reinvent themselves. And hindi pwedeng nakaupo ka lang. Talagang you have to try out so many things. Paano naman yung sa trabaho, Sir Joey? So, paano na? Wala nang gig. So, anong strategy ngayon?
Ang napansin ko, halos lahat ng trabaho ngayon na-convert into content creation. So, if you're a teacher, you have to look at yourself also as a content creator. So, you have to study the lights, look at the makeup, know how far from your cell phone your voice has to be. Yung mga ganun detalye na noon hindi mo iniisip kasi hindi kailangan eh. Ngayon, katapat mo sa attention, Justin Bieber, Bruno Mars. Tapatan mo yan. Ako, nadidismaya ako. I looked at, alam niyo yung Kumu? Is a Filipino Phil-Am online platform. Sa isip ko, ako dapat mag-perform ako dito. At saka yung sessions live, meron pa yan, sessions live. Kaya lang, when I look at the people there, I feel so out of place. Kasi ang babata, ang kikinis ng mga mukha, wala pang mga linya. Tapos eto ko, kalbo, puti buhok, di ba? Pagtugtog ng gitara, kita yung arthritis sa kamay. Anong gagawin ko dyan? I'm trapped in the physicality of my age and the relative obsolescence in terms of visual impact that I present, relative to the younger people. So I think if I look at that as a commodity flow, yung edad ko or yung lack ko of technical expertise, bawiin ko sa iba. Parang ganun yung challenge sa akin eh. Kung ano ang kakulangan ko, hindi ako makahabol dito sa area na to, hanap ako ng ibang to put my energy into. Ako, ang advantage ko as a performer is kaya kong maging semi-academic. I can talk on certain topics. Mahusay ako mag-improvise. Kahit konti lang ang nabasa ko, I can sound really intelligent. I can fake it. I can fake it. No? I've never tried being as consistent as you. Na may mga batang umaasang nandiyan ka. Tapos very structured yung flow nung content. So psychologically, compared to you, I am more used to being off balance. Because I've been jobless since the 80s. I've depended on good graces. Pag may fans, hahanapin, ganyan. Yung fans ko nung college, ngayon mayor na. So sila yung nagiging kliyente. So iba, it's very different yung situation ko psychologically. But in terms of the objective reality is we all have to become content creators, content providers. And we are competing just like anybody else with everybody else. So it's nakakalula siya if you look at it, you know. Ang dami mong katapat sa attention. So sometimes we have to look at attention span, the student's attention span, not as a flaw, but as a given. So there's nothing wrong with them that they have a short attention span. Baka mabagal lang tayo or relative to what other things they're exposed to, ang bagal natin. Tsaka napansin ko rin sa mga bata, yung download speed nila, mabilis. So it might just seem like a short attention span to the elders. But actually, ang tingin nila man sa iyo, ang bagal mo. Baka gano'n naman yung tingin nila sa matatanda. Ang bagal mo naman. Hindi kita ma-swipe to the next topic. Parang gano'n. Gusto ka na niyang i-swipe. Ikaw nag-i-introduction ka pa lang. Gusto ka na niyang i-swipe kasi alam na niya yon. But as a performer, iba yung... Kasi teacher, performer din di ba? I was struck by one comment ng anak ko. We're talking about our teachers becoming obsolete. We're talking about that. Sabi niya, not really. But you only need one good teacher per subject. And that teacher is on YouTube. And that's all you need. So teaching is not becoming obsolete. It's just becoming so competitive. And that competition did not exist pre-quarantine. So you don't have the psychological armor for it. And you are not prepared for it. No one was prepared for it. But think of it in terms of compensation. Kung ano yung weakness mo na hindi mo masolve, hanap ka na ibang paraan na masolve ka. Patawa ka. And maybe in terms of upgrading your understanding of what it is to deal with the short attention span, magbabad kayo sa TikTok, magbabad kayo sa kung ano ang pinapanood ng tao. Yun ang pinapanood ng bata di ba? Doon kayo kumuha ng lessons on how to present. Kasi yun yung katapat mo parang at least you should know what you're up against. No? You can't isolate yourself from that. You have to look at it and consider it part of the given terrain. Yun lang.
Thank you, Sir Joey. So, naging content developer ka na, producer pa, makeup artist pa, and everything.
Lahat.
Tayo namang mga teachers, naging content developer din, naging curricularist. And I'm just so thankful with UST because we have the Blackboard platform since 2004. So, hindi mahirap yung pag-shift from synchronous to asynchronous. So naka-prepare na. So I am very thankful for that. We have that blackboard. So hindi ka na, anong gagamitin ko ngayon? Mag-Zoom ba kami? Mag-Facebook ba kami? So hindi na kami nahirapan. So I'm thankful for that sa UST. And a shout out, it's our 800 years ng patron namin, St. Dominic, 800 years. We're supposed to have a big celebration, pero pandemic, so we will just celebrate it quietly. Pero again, we have to be thankful sa technology, sa ating administrators, because they are always there to support us. So yun ang kahit tayo ng problema, again, we have to look back and look at them. And andyan sila parate. Huwag tayong mawala ng pag-asa. Andyan sila parate. Any more things to share? Ma'am Joy?
For me, sa college level, similar to Ma'am Lorna's, 1/3 of our students have opted to work this past year as a result of their parents not finding work. Since they're younger, they're a bit more flexible, so they have work. Different kinds of work, Grab driver, food baker, iba po, fisherman, fisherfolk, farmer. So that's their situation right now. And I think as college teachers, we are now in the process of reconfiguring our curriculum, redesigning it to make sure that it is relevant to the needs right now. Kasi, you know, the pandemic has totally changed the paradigm of people. I mean, the way we consume music is so much different now. It was already different, but school music ed was in denial for the longest time. And this pandemic has really brought that to the fore. And so right now, dati, kung nagme-makeup ka, nagli-lipstick ka sa classroom at nagtatumbling-tumbling ka doon para ma-entertain yung students mo, ngayon, you have to do it online with the technologies plus the slow internet. So, but in my classes, instead of meeting them twice a week, one meeting is devoted for the preparation of homework. So these are music theory classes. No, they are 4 times a week. I team teach with another teacher. I meet them twice a week. But instead of meeting them twice a week, I meet them once a week, synchronous. And you have to use your creativity in these music instruments because they don't have these music instruments at home, or if they do, they're not in tune. So you really need to be more compassionate in that regard. When it comes to assessment, it becomes now authentic assessment, whatever it is that they have at home. There's not so much written assessment. But I'm glad that I was able to use MuseScore and then musictheory.net, which is very helpful. gnusolfege.org for ear training because that's music theory. So, but again, it's an equalizer. Kasi those who do not have computers and only have attend classes on their cell phones, some of these programs don't work on cell phones. So what we do is they use the staff with the music writing notebook, but they cannot hear what they're composing. So you see, there's a lot of inequality going on, which sometimes leads to mental health problems. But you know, as long as you're alive and you're breathing well, that's already hope, no, for the next day. Diba? Kasi parang every day, we just take each day as it goes. So yun ang experience ko. And then in the practicum classes, we opted for them to do home projects and then technology projects instead of the usual community projects. Yeah. So, malaking tulong ang Zoom sa platform. I had an experience where Zoom didn't work in one of my classes and we had to maximize the time because I only had 1 hour. So, hindi makapasok yung 3 out of my 6 students. So we decided to transfer to Google Meet, and it was my first time to do Google Meet, so I couldn't understand where do I share, and if I share, I cannot see it, yung mga ganon. So, for teachers, you have to be familiar with these things. Parang tama si Ella and si Pat, no? Yung lahat ng methods classes natin noon, pre-pandemic, may makukuha naman siguro kayo mga 10%. Yung patience part, tsaka yung compassion part. Pero everything else, curriculum planning, approaches, strategies, talagang magre-research ka kung ano yung mag-work. So, technology, and then your habitus as a teacher, papalitan mo yun. Yun po. And then of course, yun nga, there is a lot of problems with finance, no, in our students. So parang we sort of really need to go the extra mile to understand.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Joy. And for the Sir Joey, you have something? Yes.
Curious lang ako sa mga teacher. Sinubukan nyo bang tawag dito, magpasiklab? Yung magpakita ng musical prowess, tapos i-point out, nagawa ko ito kasi alam ko ito. Parang reverse engineering. Pakita ko muna saan ako magaling, tapos i-reverse engineer ko. Paano ako nakarating doon? Ganong style na lesson. I-demo mo muna yung, nakita nyo itong papel? May tunog yan. Tutugtugin mo na kayo. Tapos yung bata, wow, ang galing. Kasi kaya ko itong basahin. As against, turo mo kaagad yung nota, pero hindi niya nakita yung end product. Naalala ko lang kasi yan, kasi yung mga maalala kong teacher na may natutunan ako, nagpapasiklab muna. Bago magturo, ipakita mo na niya saan siya magaling. Tapos ikaw, bata ka pa, maintriga ka, wow, nakarating ka dyan. Paano mo ginawa yan? Parang ganun klaseng approach. Baliktad ba? Reverse. I think that works well with older kids, mga high school, no? Yeah.
Okay,
Yun
thank
lang.
you.
So, baka meron silang, sa
You
mga
have
guests
something?
natin, sino nagpapasiklab? At paano? Paano nyo ginagawa?
Sir Tony, you want to share something?
Yes, sir. Yes, I agree very well with Sir Joey. Tama po yung approach na yon. Maganda po na makita muna ng mga bata kung ano yung kayang gawin ng kanilang teacher. So, tama po si Sir Joey. Napansin ko po na effective po yung ganong approach sa high school. Kasi po pag grade 7, so hindi pa po nila ako kilala. So, siguro yung once or twice na performance, it will really be helpful po para mas makuha ninyo yung loob ng mga bata. Kasi sa experience ko po, nung unang encounter ko po sa grade 7, kinantahan ko lang sila ng simpleng kanta, yung sa Edelweiss. So, simpleng kanta lang siya, tapos marami pong batang naka-appreciate. So yun, parang sana daw makakanta sila ng katulad ng ganong kagandang pagkanta. So, yun po, parang hindi na ako nahirapan kasi pagka nakita po nila na yung teacher nila ay parang worthy of their attention. So parang yung sinasabi nga ni Sir Joey, ipakita mo muna kung ano yung kakayahan mo para hindi ka na mahirapan i-convince yung mga bata na bakit kami makikinig sa iyo? Hindi ko pa naman nakikita kung gaano kagaling yung teacher ko. parang ganun po yung ibig sabihin ni Sir Joey kanina. So parang bulagain mo na sila para whatever you will teach them, they are ready to listen kasi nakita na nila kung ano yung kayang ibigay ng teacher nila. Yun po. Thank you po.
Thank you. Tisha, you have something?
Hi, ma'am. Actually, since preschool po yung hawak ko, hindi ko pa po siya nagagawa. Since we follow a standard lesson po and curriculum with Montessori po.
So actually, Sir Joey, sa akin, kasi it's a methods class, you teach how to teach.
Mhm.
Meron akong dictum, bago pumasok ng klase, it's showtime. It's really showtime, not to show na nakakanta ko doon, but it's showtime na you have to give something new para makuha ang attention nila. And I always treat them as kung elementary class method. So they will be my children. They will be the pupils. I will be the teacher. So it's showtime. Kantahan na, sayawan na. So yun ang ng teacher. It's not really to entertain, but be like a child also. Yun.
Playful.
So we are down to the last 5 minutes or 4 minutes. So last na po, so we talk about the strategies, management. Ang last na is kailangan daw natin ibalik ang ating belief sa music. So let's just have a one line. Ano yung strong philosophical belief nyo ngayon about music? So why do we really need music? Just a one line. You can even complete the sentence. Music is, or music feels me, or it's up to you. One line. Everybody will share. Okay. Ayan, si Moniz Biel. Ano kaya ang bago niyang philosophical line? Go.
Music bridges connections.
Next. Tony, go.
Music is therapeutic. That's why during this pandemic, we need it more.
Okay. Ma'am Pat.
The noise at home can be included in your music class.
Miss Ash.
Music is essential po in all aspects or even in all subject areas.
Thank you. Ma'am Picha, Miss Picha.
The need for young students to gain knowledge about music will bring a better understanding for their collective self and to the society as well.
Okay. Ma'am Lorna.
Simple lang ako. Music is life. Yun lang. Talagang life.
Miss Ella.
Ang Miss Universe po, ma'am. Simple lang po ako ever since kahit nung nasa college ako. Music is, kung hindi ngayon, kailan pa? That would always be my mantra ever since I was college. Simula po nung natuto ako.
Si Ma'am Joy, ano kaya ang kanyang music?
Merong isang anthropologist na naging lecturer kami, speaker last year. Music and accompaniment. So, if I may borrow the of the student council namin, music ka-akbay. Let music be your accompaniment as you go through life. So, yun, music ka-akbay.
Music ka-akbay. Sir Joey.
In the same way that ang amoy ng bulaklak ay yan daw ang awit ng bulaklak, pero ang ilong natin yung nakakarinig. Oh. Ang music, yan ang tunog ng buhay ko. Parang ganyan yun. Pareho kami ni Lorna, music is life. Yan, bumubuhay. Yan. Masakit hindi gawin.
Yes.
Yes. So, ang music ngayon ay ating profesyon na marangal, profesyon na nakakabago ng buhay, profesyon na, ano po ba? Ang music ay profesyon na nakakaangat sa ating buhay, right? Successful.
Nagbibigay ng pag-asa.
Oo, nagbibigay
ng pag-asa.
Okay. So, at this point, it's already exactly 7 o'clock. So, maraming salamat po sa ating mga guests.
Hey, mag-sign up kayo doon sa creative industry, ha?
Sir, sige, go.
Para may representation ng music teachers.
Kasi lahat naman ito practitioners.
Karamihan, practitioner. Pero kailangan may teachers.
Okay. So Miss Biel will announce, will give our certificates.
Yes, this evening we'd like to thank all of our speakers. Nako, I learned so much and I think I enjoyed listening to everyone's stories. Parang nakakatuwa talaga. Good way to start the school year. So we'd love to present these certificates of appreciation to our speakers, Asher and Roa. Sorry, let me see. Ala Katrina Corpus, Patricia Buenaventura, and Sir Antonio Chua So Jr. for the contributions as speaker to the Philippine Society for Music Education for Usapang PSME 6, music teacher stories and challenges and possibilities given via Zoom live stream on August 8, 2021. Signed by our PSME President Dolores T. Andres and our PSME VP of Planning Jose Inigo Joy Ayala. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, maraming salamat po ulit. So, see you sa September 21 to 23 sa ating webinar, Singing in Mother Tongue. So, ang ating mga members, please get in touch with us and be a member of PSME. Thank you so much. Paalam po. Thank you. Ingat po tayong lahat.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po sa lahat.